Cheers.
We're streaming.
We're streaming here live.
Yeah, hang on.
So cheers to...
We got the theme song coming up here.
Yeah, well, fucking A, John. Jesus. Don't jump the gun on me.
Johnny.
Maybe.
We still... The cheers we got... Did we catch the cheers on the live broadcast?
Oh.
You fuck?
I figured something out that I should have. Oops. No.
These are not inspiring sounds.
It's easy to talk. It's more fun to talk shit on him when he's downstairs for some reason. I don't know.
He's not here to throw shit.
Yeah, for a while. Oh, you guys were here. We did that. He was up here. For a lot of our tech was up here, and we moved a lot of shit downstairs since. But kind of opens up
at great expense. We finally got him out of the room.
Yeah, it was worth every fucking dollar.
Yeah.
See if this works.
Now you're gonna have an annoying buzz on your voice.
Well, shit, dude. I mean, this earlier it was sounding like I was a little worried, but it sounds fucking.
This does sound great.
It sounds amazing right now.
John,
It sounds
a lot
working
better.
hard. All jokes aside, are we live yet, John? Are you gonna play the fucking theme song? I'm falling asleep in here.
Somehow this background stuff is not going the way it should here.
Well, that's just.
And that's really kind of annoying. Let me double click this and see what happens. Yeah, see, that should be coming through.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's live right now. I'm looking at it right now, John. It's going right now. It's on there.
What if I do?
You got caught red
God damn it! This.
It's evidence.
I think we're live, John.
Yeah, we are. We are.
You fucking goofball.
I mean, I had like this thing right here with the logo and everything, and.
Well, you're hanging us out to dry, John.
I am. Dude, like my computer is like supposed to be doing this a separate thing, and it's just not doing a separate thing right now.
Well, that just sounds...
I love computers. That's one thing that I really am a big fan of.
Oh, I know what's going on.
All right, but anyway, still... room is completely designed different. Like different colors. It's like an Egyptian room. There's like a weird room with like the room that we were in last night for a really fun show. It was Ghost Rock, Sage and Friends, and
that was the lodge room. It was like where the Masonic rites happened in the lodge.
And it had like this. And the whole room's blue and white. There's nothing in the room but blue and white. So like this room's the blue and white room, and there's like 10-foot rise above the floor, and there's like seats like tucked above the place
because it used to be the basketball court.
Yeah, so it's a really old school like Hoosier style basketball court. Man, like it's a really weird place, man. The place is so odd and cool at the same time because every doorknob in the fucking place is different, and like every room is different. Everything's really custom. Every piece of carpet in that place I don't even want to fucking replace.
Loads of like stained glass.
Yeah, it's like an expensively interesting building, but like it's still one of those buildings like. Some weird shit's gone down in that building.
Like, there's like spooky vibes.
Yeah,
it's like eyes wide shut.
To me, it's like one of the buildings. Like a lot of buildings, sometimes you're like, man, if the walls could talk in this building, it would be awesome. And this one, you're like, yeah, I'm all set.
I'm glad
maybe I don't want to know what the walls would say in this room.
You've got your opinions, and I've got mine, and you can keep them. We don't need to know.
We're all set.
Keep them within your walls.
But yeah, I mean, so Terry Quiet opens for, and it was a lot of fun. Terry Quiet opened for Kenny Wayne Shepherd Shepherd. We got to meet Kenny Wayne Shepherd. He was a super cool dude. He was coming back from fucking. He was all over the place. He did a show yesterday.
So he
did a
played,
show in Manhattan the day yesterday or the day before, and then had to fly and do a private farm aid show in like Indiana or some shit.
Yeah, in Indianapolis.
And then he had to fly back here. So they were the people at Orpheum was fucking stressing. They're like, "Holy fuck, is he gonna show up?"
They're telling us like, you might have to play longer.
You might have to play for 6 hours. We're not sure.
This might be your whole show tonight. I don't really know.
Like they were stressing when they found out he was finally coming. That everything.
But it was pretty much a sellout show. They did 900 pre-sale and 1,200 capacity buildings.
Yeah, and it looked like a few more even showed up. So it was pretty cool. And it worked out that our friend's show was right next door. So.
What time did he actually hit the stage?
You pull that in. Pull that in.
What time did he actually hit the stage?
It was about on time, wasn't it? About
like
8:30.
Yeah. And like their production was already set up. It was like nice to watch like somebody who's got like they don't have to touch nothing. Like I'm helping Aaron, like they have to set up their own shit.
Yeah, this dude literally just like walks in, takes his jacket off, he's like, hold my fucking beer.
Well, he literally steps off a private plane.
Oh my god.
Well, and they were a
was probably driven to
in a well-polished machine. Like the band was all already here, just waiting on him, and he walked in this thing, and off they went, and were on stage and off doing their set.
And the band, all right. So, I had opened up for Kenny Wayne Shepherd about 8 years ago or something like that, and they had Chris Layton on drums. And if you guys know blues very well, so Stevie Ray Vaughan had Double Trouble, right?
Yeah.
Double Trouble was Tommy Shannon on bass and Chris Layton on drums. So the original drummer for Stevie Ray Vaughan is touring around with Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
Did you get to meet him?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Got to meet him last night. He was really cool.
And
he was jacking hella Chipotle catered shit.
He was fucking munching.
We saw you. Or at least I did.
No one eats 2 burritos, man. Don't be lying.
Not 2 of those things.
And I'm not gonna lie, dude. If like Chipotle catered shit, I'd be throwing that shit on the bus to fucking.
I got a whole bag.
So that's actually like tour hack stuff. Is bro. If you have the bus and it has the like fridge and everything on there, you always take it to go play from catering.
Yeah, dude. I'd take a bunch of shit. I'm taking all the chips.
Oh,
I'm taking everything.
Just get a Tupperware container and just have that baby ready to go. Like, it's the extra large. I got my feast for tonight and tomorrow. It's ready to go.
That's how it goes. And like I've seen some weird shit on a rider. Like Devin Allman, he has black socks on his rider, but he doesn't like to wear socks twice. And I totally get that, honestly. Fair. Yeah. But that's why I remember it, because I was like, I would do that.
Does make a person feel good.
A new pair of socks always feels good.
Yeah, but I still would wear that same pair of socks. Like if I'm a person that's got the means to wear a new pair of socks every time, I probably wear that each pair of socks for like more than a little.
No, I think I would wear them fresh out, wash them, give them to the homeless. That's what I think.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole thing. I'm going to try to encourage people to do.
Well, why don't they? No, why? Yeah. Why don't you just wear your socks like you're supposed to more than once and buy socks for the homeless, and they can have their own new socks?
I feel like if they've only been worn once, they're still pretty new.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
You're like, quit trying to pawn your one.
I'm talking about like if I got Oprah money.
I feel like you're just trying to
step I can do for myself.
You're trying to pawn your one-day-old socks off on the homeless, and they're not going to stand for it.
Well, if they're wearing 30-day-old socks, then they're probably going to get me. They're probably going to be like, thanks, brother.
It's better than nothing, for sure.
You get new socks every single day.
See? Yeah, new socks every day. That's the goal. That's living, guys. That's for real.
But I still would wear that socks an extended period, I think.
See, I don't know
you
if I would.
You gotta wear out the softness of
it.
Like
you know, like how a new hoodie is.
I don't ever want to feel that point.
You know, like
you want it to last.
I don't want to feel that point.
Once you wash it, it's never the same. Nothing's ever the same after you wash it once.
Yeah, there's like a youthful vigor to the fibers, right? Like the way they grip your skin on your toes and stuff. You're like, God, that feels good. And
you
then
understand.
And then as they start to shrink, shit pulls like the wrong way. My toes are going left and right. Like my toes are already fucking snaggled. So like, stop pulling me. Fresh socks.
And can we talk to sock makers for 1 second? Can we not have all those loose? Like if you got a word written on your sock, can we not have the loose shit on the inside for our toenails to catch on? Isn't that annoying as fuck?
It's like, should I wear that shit inside out?
Yeah. Some of them I do. Like I had Nike socks, dry fit socks that like you fucking just like as you put them in, it's like catching on all this shit. You're like, God damn, this is annoying.
Bend back backwards.
Yeah,
like, no.
dude, it's like, fuck this shit. Anyway,
This is a fucked off conversation.
Well,
we should get back to music.
Yeah, well, anyway,
yeah.
let's get to our sponsors real quick. Sacred Leaf, Party Rockers ICT, get with all the cool stuff they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Especially Kirby's. So shout out to Kirby's tonight because this is where they're actually going.
That's right.
So they will be at Kirby's tonight. If you want to catch the Ephinjis live on this podcast, you can get all the F and fucking G's you want today.
Yeah,
you
man.
Get so much of it. You can get live podcasts with all of these guys. You can get a live show that we're streaming that's coming.
It's Ephinjis Effin' Sunday
it's
right now.
effing fucking Sunday here. So, and it's good for me. My football team already won on Thursday, so we're good to go. So they got a show downstairs that we're going to do for a little bit, and then they're off to Kirby's tonight too. So as well.
Be awesome.
So we'll get into all of their shit. Well, we don't even have to cut to the graphic today. We're fucking live today, so we're fucking killing it. So we got Ivan, Alex, and Chris are the Ephinjis. So give us a little bit of the history. Give us, introduce yourself and what you do in the band and all that jazz. The normal interview bullshit.
Yeah.
Let the people know who you are. Your camera's right here too. So if you're wanting to talk to these
Talk to the
folks,
people in that one.
as we are live on our YouTube channel, and after any shows that go live afterwards will be posted too, so you can share and move them around.
Wonderful.
We can show our families and embarrass them.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
We can rewatch it.
Pull that mic in on you. Don't keep moving it away. It's your mic.
Yeah.
You can't-
I'm
Okay.
a singer.
I'm just like, what is this shit? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess now it's showing. It's apparent who's who.
Yeah.
My name is Ivan. I'm the guitar player and lead singer.
I'm Alex. I'm the bass player and backup vocalist.
My name is Christian, and I'm the drummer.
And we're the Ephinjis from Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
Nice. And you guys are actually twin brothers, actually, right?
That is correct.
So they tried to hide
Yeah.
that from us last time.
They did try to hide that.
Yeah.
You
We
know,
tried to hide it again, and it didn't work.
It's funny, because we have the headphones on right now, I hear him speaking, and I'm like, hey, man, shut up, Ivan. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, we do kind of sound like each other, so sorry for the people who aren't watching. Get a TV.
John, can we fix that in post? Can we add some crazy shit to?
I mean, if we had post.
Yeah. No post live.
Just
stream.
pitch his mic up
Damn
like
it.
a South Park character,
Damn
so
it.
that we're a little bit,
I'll just talk like
That's pretty good.
Yeah, just keep that going the whole episode.
And so you guys are
Right on.
so obviously it's not, but you guys are childhood friends with her. You guys have known her since high school, middle school type, and that's kind of how this all came together, or what?
Yeah, so they're twins, obviously, and then we all became close friends in high school, but a couple years after we were friends, we actually found this photo, and we didn't realize we had played on a soccer team all together when we were 8 years old.
Oh,
so
wow.
technically we met at 8, but we really knew each other.
That's crazy.
So you guys are from a little bit smaller town right outside of Denver, correct? Where you guys?
Correct. So we were all born in Boulder, right on the foothills, which is regularly known. We got CU there, and they lost fucking Buffs.
Well, shit.
Deion Sanders.
Yeah, well, still
Let
everybody's
me go
watching.
coach.
Yeah, everybody's
Hey.
watching.
Let me coach.
Well, funny
It's
about
gonna kick
Deion
my ass,
Sanders my son plays basketball, and I was at his basketball game yesterday before we had all those concerts, and there's hella coaches wearing cowboy hats and shit now. The Deion Sanders shit is hella caught on.
Yeah, man. The glasses, the chain, and the attitude.
I was like, do your thing, guys. Whatever.
No, he's cool, man. I mean, as
Yeah.
long as the money goes back to the state and we can have roads that work and, the homeless get taken care of because, CU's a moneymaker. But we're born in Boulder and live now, as I said, outside of it because Boulder's too expensive. So we live in Lafayette, Arvada, kind of outskirts of Denver.
Nice.
Denver's always a cool place and a cool music scene. It did get ridiculously expensive to live there, but as soon as legal weed happened, the property value went through the fucking.
Oh my
roof.
god.
I got a bunch of friends that live there. I love it there. So how did you guys start playing music? What was the whole? Give us the whole Did you guys play in school? Where did you guys? How did were you guys in a band before this group? And give us the whole, give us the whole background on.
So for my brother and I initially started in our school district, they required that students take a music class. He was in a strings class.
Kudos to that school district.
I know, right? They were actually
Yeah.
it was
I like
really
that.
cool.
I
I
And
like
that.
that too.
to at least ninth grade, you had to do it. So it's they pushed it till at least when we were in school. But he was in orchestra and I was in band. I had always had an affinity towards drums, but my band teacher was like, "No, you have to know how to play piano and all this bullshit." So I wasn't able to do that.
Yeah, well, I like the piano.
I know, and that's the thing. Is well, then teach me, and he didn't. But my brother was able to continue through strings, and then able to take a guitar class through the strings teacher, and he was able to just jumpstart his learning from that, and he just took off. And me still being like, I want to play the fucking drums. So my parents got me a drum kit for Christmas, and then that's where we just were like, let's be those rock stars that we fucking love.
Yeah. So there is that, like, with drums. What's music theory, really? You know what I mean? Like why do I need to know what a mixolydian scale is?
I know, right?
I'm a drummer, right?
There is something beautiful. I feel like drums are the essence of every culture, right?
Oh yeah,
drums.
straight out.
Well, because beating on shit is just like that easy to do.
It's animal.
most
It's primal.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
a primal thing.
Yeah.
Dude, animals run in cadence. Birds
Yeah.
fly with tempo. We hear things a little more sophisticated, but it's the same thing. We go back to our roots, and it's like beat a skin, play a drum, hit a surface, stomp your feet, like marching, war, love, peace, rallies, protests. It all has drums at the heart. Like that's the thing.
It does.
We all get that
It
part.
has
We
a
can all
rhythm.
do it,
Yeah, even for us dum-dums outside of the music thing, everything does have a fucking rhythm to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Heartbeat.
Yeah. So I always thought it was funny when so there's drummer jokes.
Yes.
Okay, they just are.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I can only count to 4.
Yeah. Well, drum.
Can we go through a couple other ones?
Well, okay,
let's
so
take some
drum-
time to have some drummer jokes.
Drum.
And for this
Percussionist.
episode of Live.
Drum is don't really understand music. And
The funny thing, you guys think that's a joke, but I can't read sheet music
Well,
to save
no,
my fucking life.
and I don't think that's a slight, is what I'm saying.
No.
Like, I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, so I always mean to ask this question, but I don't want to feel evasive. How many people that are practicing music and touring, how many percentage of them do you think can actually read sheet music?
Stevie Ray Vaughan could not.
Well, I don't know. Stevie Ray Vaughan, didn't he die in a helicopter crash?
Yeah, he did.
So we ain't talking about him. He ain't involved in the.
Well, I was just saying, a
He involved
badass
in the
musician that
percentage.
can't read music. I mean,
Paul
come on.
McCartney, I don't
There
know if
you
he
go.
can now, but pretty much
Probably
has
can
proudly
now.
said, I cannot read. I just know.
But do you think at one time they were able to read music when you're learning? Is that something you just don't need eventually if you're that
Depends on how
talented,
you
or
were
what?
taught. Depends on how you were
Yeah.
taught.
Some people just hear it. I mean, because I have no musical talent. I can't read music, or it doesn't come to me naturally at all. So,
Well,
I'm always interested to see how you guys pick it up.
so I was classically trained, and I was taught to read staff music and write in staff music in treble, and then I picked up bass in high school, so we learned the whole thing, and then theory and on. But when it came to writing songs, the writing songs happened way after that, and I feel like, at least in my experience, I see sound in color and shape, traveling
Oh, wow.
along, consider
Like
it a
synesthesia?
freeway. There's a word for it, I think, but yeah, I think that might be what it is. But it's like,
John, what did you say?
Synesthesia.
yeah, so it's
Synesthesia.
like I'm seeing a highway in the form of a string. I'm not on it, but I can see it, and then I can see shapes, and then their colors three-dimensionally. And when I see that, I can start putting pieces together, and all of a sudden, it's like Tetris, but three-dimensional while traveling through time. That
Yeah.
sounds like the most hippie bullshit
No,
ever.
I love,
So
I
like
love
an
that.
acid trip.
I love that.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm
It
just,
sounds like we microdosed before this episode.
You're like,
wait, hang on, what are you talking about here?
But yeah, it's a really weird so even with knowing how to read and write, and I could arrange a piece. There's more about what's going on in your head. I think cerebral understanding
Yeah.
that in your psyche maybe never even transpires outwards, and no one ever gets that. But I think it happens a lot internal, and then all of a sudden it's like that hand of God. You're playing God. You go from zero to creation. All of a sudden, there's
Yeah.
a thing you come up with.
That's what that's
It's-
one of
yeah.
the things I've always been in awe of people that write original music. It's like that didn't exist, and now it's here.
Yeah.
Now, and it always
Now-
fascinated me.
Now
about
the second
musicians.
part of that is once I've created this, there's sympathetic vibration going on to where I made this piece that I like, and the people that understand me also like it now. You know what I mean? It's sympathetic vibration. If what I do resonates with you, then we're cool. You know what I mean? Yeah,
That's what's still
Identity,
and that's always where does those original ideas come from? And they still keep coming. If you're
Yeah.
a writer or someone who writes jokes like I do, you still can only slice that cheese so many different ways. But music always just keeps coming with original shit. That's
Will
what's
humanity
crazy.
ever run out of musical ideas?
I don't know. I don't
Absolutely.
think so.
Eventually.
I don't know. There's always different ways for people to say different shit.
There's a mathematical equation to it somewhere, and like,
Here we
there's
go.
a theory,
Oh, really?
but no, there's a limited number of melodies that could be made, right? Like it's probably
yeah,
it's just
100%.
probability, right? Like
Well,
you
I
have
mean,
all
there's
these
a limited number of words in the vocabulary.
right.
So
Eventually it becomes art collage or music collage, where none of us are. We're not original. You know, you could pull our influences pretty quickly. I think if you've maybe know what the influence is, you go, oh, that's this, and I'm not even going to say them, but because of that, it's like, okay, well, there's your foreground, and those are your forefathers of music or foremothers and all the creators who started before you, and now it's your turn to reiterate the story told generation after generation. What is it this time that you're trying to say? And melodically, it might be the same thing, but you know, at the time, the people who are breathing at the same time with us find a purpose in that, and that's all it has to be, right? Like you said, all of a sudden we're sympathizing with each other, and I feel like that's like the goal. Like if they sing 2 words back to us because they're like that was it. You know?
I think that is the goal. You
well,
know,
and even sometimes what's weird is even in that same goal, people will even interpret it different than you perceived it. That's like, how often does that happen? You write a lyric, you write this and that, and
well, that's when it's really cool.
Well, it
you know
is,
what I mean?
and
Like,
sometimes it even opens. I've seen it open the eyes to even some shit I've said. People like perceived it differently, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even really think of it in that way.
That's
But
the
I still-
beautiful thing about
yeah.
writing songs is that when he brings them into us, into the practice room or wherever we're doing it, we play it one way. He tells us, you know, the basics of the song, and then we start listening to the lyrics more and more. And then once we've played it, maybe like, in my opinion, like 20 times, when I finally really digested the lyrics, that's when I'm like, wait, hang on. Now there's a shift in how the song is already played. Not just listen, but like we already changed that gear of like, okay, there's a different emotion behind it now. We got the footsteps to it. Now where's the soul behind it? So I don't know. That's what I've noticed, and that's my favorite part about it is when it finally
I'm a
clicks.
bass player. I very rarely listen to lyrics, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know.
I know, it drives me crazy. It drives me fucking crazy. Well, you're gonna have to really listen to the lyrics when I convince Terry Quiet Band to do a beautiful Christmas album featured heavy on the keyboards. So
I hate you so much right now.
I know, and this is live. And Terry and me were talking about it last night. He would love to do a fucking, and he would love you to sing background on that.
Well, the thing is, I'm going to farm that out. Hey, you want to do a Christmas record?
Maybe.
It's always been in the works.
scared.
It's always been in the works.
She's excited about it. That's what she's saying. And
So
Terry does a Christmas
So
record.
how does your
You're on.
let's parlay into this. We're on a good vine about. So how's your guys'? And if you guys don't know, the Ephinjis have a ton of original music, and there's plenty of places you can find that. Hit them with a plug real quick. Where can we find your music at? All platforms for the most part.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple, all the things. We have several albums out, several singles and EPs.
And
so
it's
check it out.
EPHINJIS.
Correct.
It's the most difficult way you can spell Ephinjis.
Do you guys go by,
Yes, that's
do you guys go
what
by
they
the
tell me.
Ephinjis or
That's correct.
the Ephinjis? So you can check out all their stuff on that. So as we're on this tick, so how does your guys' writing process go? Do you come in with lyrics, or do we come in with here? Or does every once in a while you guys have a song and like some shit we've been working on? Like this is always like one of my fun questions for bands.
So, excuse me. I think up until this point, at least with what's been concrete, were just ideas that I brought out to the room. Sometimes there was like a period of time when I had my own little home studio, little 4-track, and I could do demos.
Oh, yeah.
And I got really into it because it's
The
a fun,
Tascam Porta Studio?
dude. Yeah, the 8-track Porta Studio that Alex now has, so she can make her own demos. Because I realized that was like a powerful tool for a songwriter to say, I cannot hear 8 fucking parts in my head, but I think if I took the time, I could learn how to use this tool to expedite my creative process before it's gone, because it's fleeting.
course.
You know, there's a window of time where, you know, it opens up and you're there, and then all of a sudden you're not in that space anymore.
Yeah,
So
I always
capture it.
say to artists, take advantage of that spot when you're hitting on all cylinders, man.
Yeah,
fucking-
fuck your job.
Yeah.
Walk out. I need a cigarette break. Get
Yes.
out. Go write it.
I refer
write
to
it
that
down.
as
Hit your phone-
documenting.
Hit your
You have
phone
to
and start
document it.
recording if
Yes.
you can.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
your phones help a ton. Like I'm better if I have this, but I don't always have this.
Yeah, so I have voice memos.
Yeah, me too.
Driving home
There you
from
go.
a bar
Yeah.
job, I'll be coming home at like 2 in the morning and be like, God, fuck. And then the next day, it's trash, except for the person who came up with it. It's just a reminder. It's like a bookmark.
Well,
you know?
it just
You
it just-
document the idea.
Well, it relights
Yeah.
it relights that creative fire. Just that there's a piece there, like there's a concept, is basically what it is. There's a
Yeah.
concept, and you're trying to, elaborate on that concept and not forget about that concept.
Yeah, but so I'll bring them songs at that point fully demoed out. Sometimes I'll dare do some drums for the fun, the athletic part of it, just to let's see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
And they're shitty drum.
Well,
demos,
drums are
but
fun.
I'm proud of them. But I bring them the
They're
demos.
actually pretty decent.
Drums are
They're
fun.
not too bad. I'm not the worst drummer, but solid in the
If you're having
pocket.
fucking fun with it, who cares, man?
Yeah, and so I bring it to them, they go, oh, and then they, over time kind of we start practicing it. I just give them like this is what the map looks like. Let's pick how we make that venture across
Right.
point A to point B. And then the songs usually do change a bit once it reaches the actual physical practicing level. But I just throw full demos because it's hard not to now with that tool to not fully map it out, just like,
Yeah.
oh,
And so how much?
So-
So when you guys get what he's got, how much of you guys are like, let's fucking change this a bunch?
be honest.
Okay, there's
I'm that guy.
there's a handful of times where the majority of the time we follow what he's putting out on the table.
Well, I mean, yeah, you follow like the basis of it, but like,
Yeah.
let me do this. Let's do this and this. and
That's
this.
like most of the time when it's like, okay, we keep playing. I'm like, I'm gonna keep sneaking this shit in. It's like until he says something, I ain't gonna stop. And then when he says something, be like, now hang on, hear me out. And then eventually he'll say yes or no, and usually ends up being yes. But it depends on the thing.
We all have our unique styles, and I feel like playing it live, it goes through another change.
Yeah,
Because
all
then
day.
we see people's reactions, and it molds.
How
So
do I get them to react better?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I say, I
And
have
there's
to play it
and
live
there's
like
and there
10
has to be
times.
like a different feel from like the practice room into the live stage, right?
All day.
Absolutely.
All day.
So like you get a better feeling of what works between you and your bandmates too. I would
Oh,
assume,
all day.
right?
Like I don't like to
yeah.
record something until I played it live like 10 times because I feel like it's not done being written quite yet.
Yeah, see, so I feel the backside of that.
Interesting.
Because I don't really want to over-rehearse a thing until I go into the studio and hear it critically.
That's true.
Okay, because I don't want to be married to some part that when we hit the studio, I go, fuck, that don't work.
Yeah.
Or it sounds like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Now I
have
got to change
experienced
that
it
whole
both
damn
ways.
thing,
Yeah.
like, damn it. I thought that was cool, and now it's just not. I hear it, Like, damn
Now I
it.
can't unhear it.
Well, because we hit songs with different ears sometimes,
Yeah.
So Jerry Garcia used to say that like playing in a studio is like building a ship in a bottle, whereas like playing live is like sailing that ship on the ocean.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like you have to now react to like what's around you. If your drummer fucked up and didn't fucking take the chorus in, do we take the verse longer?
That's true.
What do we do? Right? So those things happen in real time when we're playing live. But in a studio, we get to go, yeah, I'm just not feeling that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like just
and
that
it's
sound like
really
shit, it just didn't
minutia.
work.
It's really like, getting detailed,
Because you can make it perfect.
Yeah. And so my drummer, Colby Aiken, with Orphan John and the Lively Up, the reggae
drummer?
band. Great drummer. He has 50 students a week. He's a killer drummer.
Wow.
But I take him into the studio, and we've been rehearsing these songs forever. And I was like, "Yep, that shit don't work. We got to change that whole drum part."
Yeah, it's so
And
true.
he's like, "God damn it!" Well, that's now hours of rehearsal, hours of.
Does that? I mean, how butthurt do you get when shit like that happens?
He got pretty butthurt,
I mean, you're like,
and he got
wow.
butthurt because I called him out. I was like, "It doesn't work."
Yeah, man. We so
It's hard not to.
Yeah. Well, hey, it is what it is, though.
So the album we just put out, After Hours, was something we recorded when we first got back together as a band in like the winter of 21.
So did you guys take a little bit of break?
We did,
Did
yeah.
COVID come in?
No, it was actually prior to COVID. It was just personal reasons, and we just, we were young when we met in high school. We played music through high school and stuff, and we just stopped for a few years. And then we're like, you know what, let's do it again. And of course, smack dab right before pandemic, so shuts everything down. When we got a chance to safely get back together, we started working on some songs, and we worked on like 12 or 13 songs. And we like started going back and listening. And I remember sitting with the guy who does all our recordings and helps to production and producing. His name's Logan.
Yeah, give him a shout
Misigatis.
out.
Yeah, Logan Misigatis. If you're not watching this, Are you even my best friend?
What are you doing right now?
Dude, jeez.
No.
And you're not sharing it on all your platforms.
His
so
name
we
is
get-
his handle
Like
is
and
Trash Dog. Though. He's
subscribe.
very great, very wonderful, genius listener. Like he's just got the art in him.
Well, please share us on all your platforms, Mr. Trash Dog.
Mr. Trash Dog. But we were sitting there and he and I sat for a while listening, going back through like skeletons of songs. And I was like, fuck that song. And he goes, that's not a good song. And then fuck that song. He's like, that's not a good song either. And so we shedded it down to 6 out of 13. And then when we revisited it about like 14, 15 months later, we're like, we actually really like a lot of these. Just a weird critical phase had kicked in because we hadn't been playing them live. We hadn't been out. Nobody knew we were going to be doing this again. Our friends or family or supporters.
Are these songs that you wrote before you broke up too as well? Or like
There's
how
a
many-
mix, yeah.
Yes.
So there's like Black Holes, which was our lead single off the record, was a song we had just started to dabble in before we broke up as a band. And then I think about 7 or 8 of those songs after that all kind of came through pandemic period and post Ephinjis while I was just alone. And they were just songs that I'm like, I got songs and I don't know what to do with them. And then all of a sudden I was like, guys, I really need your help. Like I can't play them by myself. Let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do this again.
And they're like,
all right, fuck it.
all right.
Okay.
Like, how much worse could you be this time? But no, and then obviously.
Well, and you grow up a little bit.
Yeah, we were.
You
Yeah.
grow up a little bit, and you guys get some time apart. Like, if you're together forever, I mean, you guys are twins, and then you guys knew each other all through high school. I mean, fuck.
Oh, yeah, I ended up moving out of the state for a couple months.
Yeah,
so, it's
so
like,
everybody had to like do their own thing for a minute, and like if it comes back together, it's kind of the beautiful thing about it. Actually, it's kind of cool to see a band break up and come back together at such a young age.
Well, I think sometimes the fights are important. You know what I mean? Like, so
Well, you know where everybody's lines are.
Well,
like,
yeah.
Like you
And
establish
that's
some
kinda what I
boundaries
mean.
and shit. You know.
Yeah,
And-
we established a boundary in July.
Lawrence.
oh, that fight, that one.
So while we were
Yeah.
driving down the highway,
Oh no! It was post a show. Basically, what we learned was you don't punch the singer in the mouth because you can't sing the next day when you nearly knock your
Ooh.
teeth out.
That's
And then-
good to know.
And then you don't try to break the drummer's legs or hands, but his face is game because he doesn't sing.
well, we learned.
So there's a-
it's a
Well, we
switch
learned, and we
around.
also learned if you give the drummer
break
enough,
the singer's legs.
if we give the drummer enough
Fuck
alcohol,
that.
we give
Yeah.
the drummer enough alcohol at barleycorns, so you can put him to sleep a little. We got him. We
Oh
got him.
yeah, we figured
God
that one
damn,
out.
dude, yeah, I was boozed out. Yeah, but that was a yeah.
Christian's getting so much shit.
And we,
Yeah, I'm getting PTSD from that, dude.
Don't throw up now.
we had well because if you don't know, we met the Ephinjis. They came into town. We did actually in the studio just right over here a little just quick-
promo.
just a little quick
Yeah.
get to know you thing, and then we proceeded to all get smashed at barleycorns.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
And we smoked a ton of Delta 8 out back.
diet weed.
Yeah,
for-
we had all the legal brands. All the legal brands. Shout out to Sacred Leaf. But yeah, so
Cheers to that.
yeah, cheers. I'll cheers to that. Cheers to that. Where we at, John? Where we at time stamp
Actually, I was
wise?
just about to mention we're about 30 minutes.
Oh, nice. So the first live podcast from. Thanks for being a part of this.
Thanks for having us.
So what do you guys? So right now you guys are kind of on a tour. You're bouncing around everywhere. So what's going on with the Ephinjis right now? Where are you guys all? Besides here tonight at Kirby's,
Well, you
guys
just
got-
came from Dallas. Huh?
Yeah, I just came from Dallas. So kind of give us a
right.
peek into the life of you guys right now, traveling around jamming.
Yeah, we've been traveling a lot more than usual. We used to play a lot more around Denver, but recently we've been hitting up Kansas and New Mexico. We played Santa Fe a couple days ago, and it was awesome. And so we're just traveling out more.
Who
so
books the
we're-
shows for you guys?
Ivan.
I do the booking independently now.
Nice.
We were going through a third party for a minute when we first started, and then we're just like, well, what's a cold call?
why am I
Just some
paying this?
socializing. Yeah,
You know,
and they
when-
helped. They did help.
They
but,
help
know,
you a little bit, but then they help you realize that I can make the phone call too.
Yeah, you're like, what it took was just the nerves to
Do
say,
you give a shit?
hello, I like what, I think I'm proud of what I do, and this is what I do. If you don't like it, just say no. If you like it, you say yes, and we
Do
work,
you,
you know?
what in your experience what do you like? Okay, so you call a place here like maybe Kirby's or whatever.
Sure.
Do you like hey here's a do you do a EPK like what he always wants to have, or do you just give them like here's a fucking couple of my videos or some shit?
So what I did learn from that third party was that less content. Talent buyers don't have fucking time, man. Like, I mean, the girl, one of our favorite bars and venues in Denver is called the Lion's Lair. fantastic venue owned by Tony.
That's not one I know of, so I have to check it out.
You got to check it out, man. It's
Yeah.
great. They do a wonderful artist showcase every Sunday to kind of highlight an artist and do a podcast interview too, and
Wow,
they're
badass.
wonderful.
So they're
Tony's,
still in our fucking ideas.
yeah, no, Tony. yeah.
I'm just
No,
joking.
dude.
Sounds like he's been doing it long.
No, yeah, Tony's a gem, and then Demi, the lead bartender, she does all the booking, and when she got to finally know us, she was like, "Man, just like send me a text or something. Like now I know you, but like I've got like 1,000 unread messages from bands that want to play." And that was 6 months ago. She's like, "There's no way that we have a stage that can accommodate even that many acts." And also, she's like, "There's bands that it's like, no, wait your turn. There are people who have earned stripes. They get time, and so."
And I would say there's a lot of bands out there. Know where you're at in life, and this is no way me poking fun at any bands, because I don't make music, and I respect everybody who's trying to make original content all the time. But kind of know where you're at a little bit, like especially if you're cold calling and trying to do reach out to the venues where you're at. Where your talent level's at, where your experience level's at. There's a lot of people that get a little butthurt.
And don't stop, okay? Because this lady has 1,000 emails in her box. Don't worry about that. If she sees your name
over and over,
4 times a year,
then she
every
goes,
quarter,
and then she finally looks you up.
eventually she goes, "What is this?"
And you're playing around. She's like, "I see you do other shows too.
Yeah.
Like you're actually working at the career." Then it's like, "All right, I'm gonna answer you," and then you get a chance, and then we go from there. And it's great.
You should earn your stripes a little bit, and what comes with that when you're ready for promotion that's worth something, you're ready. Like you're actually got a little bit of a sharpened stone here. Yeah. You're somewhat professional. Yeah, I've seen people that have got shit too quick too soon, and you see them at sound check even just fumbling around like a bunch of fucks. They're not ready. For where they at.
So what I will say is we've always prided ourselves on being efficient on and off. I think with the name that's very military-esque in its essence, we like to treat it like we're here to do battle. We get on, we fucking play, and get out.
And is that some of the business aspect of the ties? And I want to get into this is a perfect segue for this. So how did with the Ephinjis has we come to wear this the dapper suits? Is that part of it?
One person, and they'll remain unnamed, when I said I was going to get back in a band together with somebody, we were younger, then it was a few years, said, "Aren't you a little old for punk rock?" And I said,
let's actually say their name.
Where can we find the body? Where can we find the body?
Maybe we do like an Amber's S or
Karen. It's a Karen.
Or
it's
an
a Karen.
A.
She lives in the vicinity of Boulder County. So you'll know who you are.
Yeah.
But I took that
let
to
that burn, bitch.
Yeah. So I was just like, you know what? Yeah, we are older. So I was like, so fuck it. You know what I want to do? I'm going to buy a suit. And then I said, let's buy suits because we want to respect the product we put out. And that's what was like, they'll never see it coming. We put a suit on, you put the tie on, and then, 5 minutes in, it's just
we're
punk ethos of, I just want to fucking play. I got some things to say. I want to scream and sing and dance with people. I want to have a good time, and I want to have a couple of drinks because the world is shit, man. There's some crazy fucking shit going on.
Let's make some memories, right?
Yeah, we get 45
absolutely.
minutes. Yeah, 45 minutes of peace and mind where you're like, right here, you're safe with me. We're just here to do music. Let's just fucking do this.
And what I love about today,
this is one of those breaks.
And what I love about today, guys, is they're about to prove that here in about 30 minutes.
Got it right.
So they're going to go downstairs and you get to see what this looks like. So, these guys are a lot of fun. And I will say to you, we have one of our favorite punk bands that travels around here. I don't know if you guys know them very well. It's called Hey Radio. Shout out to Hey Radio and shout out to Ian. Ian is I ain't gonna put his age out there, but he's as old as us or older.
Ian, I wore your shirt on stage last night at Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
He did. He was wearing that shirt on stage at Kenny Wayne Shepherd last night. But shout out to Hey Radio. He is a 40-plus-year-old guy that is a teacher. School teacher, fucking cool dude, and still doing punk music to this day. So fucking rock on,
like
guys.
dude from Bad Religion. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, right. And if you guys take anything from this fucking goofy ass podcast, check out Hey Radio. Hey Radio is really awesome.
Definitely.
You guys will like them. You guys will like them a lot. They're definitely right on your fucking line. You guys will love them. So shout out to them. We got to get them back on soon before too long. So they're always fun. So where are we, guys? We have, what's the newest album out? You said it earlier. Remind me one more time. What's the newest album that just came out?
It's called After Hours.
After Hours, and we can get that on all platforms. So do we got more original music in the bag that we're working towards already, or what?
Yeah. So as Alex was saying earlier, we do like to give it some test run live, and since we've gotten the opportunity to hit the road more than we thought we would this year, more than just the 10 days we planned, we've gotten to test out, I think, 3 or 4 new songs that were like, let's get them battle worn. And so tonight we'll play a few of those. And
nice.
they're not recorded, but they have been quite.
And don't give a shit,
worked well.
YouTube. We these guys own the rights to their fucking music.
Yeah,
Like,
YouTube.
Oh my god.
So get the fuck out of here, YouTube.
Yeah,
Jesus
ASCAP
Christ.
and then
nightmare
CD
that
Baby. Send me an
Yeah.
email and I will verify.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
like,
these motherfuckers.
it's gonna be like the
Back
F and
off.
G's.
Yeah.
You're playing your own F and G music and you don't own it.
But
It's
like, I think you're.
How dare you?
I think you're getting stolen from. No,
yeah,
bitch,
it's like
that's
it's
my
stolen
wallet.
from
it's
who?
fucking,
It's
I took it
fucking
from one
me.
pocket to the other pocket.
Well, it's fucking me. Did you look?
I'm kind of glad those safeguards exist as an artist. I'm glad they exist.
Yeah, but
they're super annoying when
Well,
it's
the
like
thing
when it's
is,
obvious
okay,
like that.
No,
like,
no. Okay, so you're not wrong. But the thing is, if that safeguarded exist and then provided you also with the residuals and the royalties that you deserved, that would be a whole different story. But that's not what the fuck happens. They just fucking say you don't get to play this and pull it. And they don't give you a fucking dollar. They don't give you no like what it's actually worth.
Well, but
they're just like,
they're not the one paying the
it's not
royalties.
yours. It's like fuck off.
I got you.
Like they're not like pulling your original content and making sure that you get the residuals and the royalties that you deserve. That's not what they're doing. They're just like
that's also not their job.
what? No, fair enough. And it's not their. But I mean, it is their platform to police, and they can do it however they want. Please don't kick us off of it.
How this goes is your music is embedded with an ISRC code, and that is trackable by like your performance rights organizations, BMI, ASCAP, etc. They're responsible for paying your royalties.
I just blacked out.
Yeah, I know. I was glossing over it very quickly.
No, but I mean, and all
that
that be said, let's do a cheers to the Ephinjis coming in.
Yep.
And letting the Aaron and Austin show presents happen for the first time. We got a live podcast. Check it out.
It's gonna be pretty fun, I think.
So yeah, so let's light the fire on the list. Check out the Ephinjis and EPHINJIS. Check them out on all platforms. What's the best one to push them to? Spotify?
I'd say Spotify is the most accessible, but
whatever one you're hitting the most on. Like that's what I always say. Whatever one you're getting the most traction on is the one you push everybody. to.
Spotify and YouTube.
let's do
Really actually
Spotify
do
and YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys have a YouTube channel as well?
We do.
Okay, so check out their YouTube channel and check out everything. We're gonna get everything set up. We're gonna take a little break here. We're gonna walk around a bit, have a couple drinks, and then come back to our channel to check out the F&G's live downstairs.
Can we get the theme song now?
Yeah. Well, and
actually, I think we
a special quick shout out to Aaron Underwood. It's nice he never says this too much, but getting to see him backstage last night at Kenny Wayne Shepherd, watching this man perform, I always forget how talented he is, and I appreciate everything he does. He does everything he does a ton for this community. He does a ton for the studio. He's working his ass off all the time on this place.
I took him out to the meet the fans part.
Yeah.
Like,
so he gave me a little bit of the inside info. He's like, at this time, I kind of like to go out and have a cigarette with all the fans and listen to the feedback of the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Because
Let's go do that. I was like, let's go do that.
Yeah.
Please let me go do that with you. So
Well,
we go stand out front.
You can gauge it.
So we
that
go
way.
stand out front of the Orpheum, and I don't know if you guys if you ever get a chance. Hopefully, you get there to play the Orpheum and or Temple.
Orpheum's sick.
And it's just right on First and Broadway. Like it's right downstairs, it's right on the corner. It's got a big marquee. Like the marquee's real cool. So the real old school like marquee.
We saw it last time, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to Barleycorns. I mean, we got
Yeah,
lost, so we
probably
were
so.
looping
Probably so.
around. We saw so many.
You're right in there. Yeah.
I mean, it's not far. And so the shout out to the Orpheum and all of their staff was amazing last night. We didn't
Really.
get-
Yeah.
Their sound guys, to their house guys, to their security guys, everybody at the Orpheum was great. But it's always great to get reminded how fun. Like my co-host is a rock star a little bit. Like it's fun to watch him like in a little bit of an element. Look at him get a little tight assed. But it's fun. But it's like as a co-host, he's great. I love him at the Aaron
The
and Austin
perception
show.
is weird. Like
Well,
what
it's
you
different.
think of as.
Yeah,
it's
but
just
I
not that
mean, to watch
actual
you
way.
open for Kenny Wayne Shepherd and watch you jam in that show is fun for me, and it's fun to see you guys perform.
Yeah,
so.
and like I said,
sometimes I take it for granted.
I took you out a little bit to have the fan interactions.
Yeah, well, it's fun.
I think that's important, right? Like I like to gauge the show I just played because I was up here. I wasn't out there. I didn't even see my show. You
Well,
feel me? I
and-
was part of it. I didn't see it.
And I will tell a lot of
Yeah.
musicians, I will tell just like any content creator, you for the most part, please make it for yourself because if you think it's funny or
Yeah.
great or whatever, it's going to come off well. But for the first, go see what the public thinks too.
Yeah.
and
Well-
and hopefully they like it because that's good for you because that'll just help you make more content. That positive.
I do
feedback
it
is
for
nice.
myself, but at the same time, if I go out there like we did the other day to have a cigarette and like just hang out,
like,
just
let me
hang
go out
out
here and get
just
my
hang
ass
out.
kissed for a little bit.
Well, no, dude. It
do
is
it every
either
time.
ass kissed or ass kicked. I'm telling you, it's
And you
one
ever
or the
walked
other.
out there for a cigarette and you're like, oh shit.
Dude, I walked out there for a cigarette and nobody says nothing.
Oh yeah.
I've done that. You walk out for a
And
cigarette
you just sit out there like it's a
nobody says
cold
shit.
afternoon in the winter and
And you
everybody's
go,
out there.
okay, I'm done with that
You
one.
suck
I'm
that
out.
cigarette down so fast, you're like, I'm fucking done.
Yeah,
Bye.
I'm fucking
Later.
done.
Well, look,
Like,
man.
I forgot. I don't smoke cigarettes at all. What am I doing out here?
Yeah, this sucks. This is horrible. Yeah.
But and I will say shout out to all the fans that come up to artists and tell them that they did great. As long as you're not fucking really super weird or want to be touched or hugged or anything, like the people that
I'm pretty huggy.
The people that make music are really appreciative about you telling them politely that you appreciate their music.
Well, and
Please.
Yeah, they do, because they travel the country lugging this shit around, working their ass off for little fucking money,
Well,
and
and-
dive bars, drinking, and
and
working
also-
hard.
also-
that's hard fucking work, man. I was so fucking tired yesterday.
also, if you enjoy it, also
And I didn't
if,
play a note. I was tired as a motherfucker.
if you enjoy it, I want to give you the opportunity to like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do want to give you that opportunity. Like,
Well, and a
snap
lot
a
of-
selfie. I took like fucking 30
Yeah.
selfies.
Well, shit, you took them. I had to take all these pictures.
Yeah, I pawned it off on you. Did you notice that?
Well, it's a better picture too.
Yeah,
So,
I was like,
especially
hey, do you mind if Austin
especially if
takes
you got
that?
some like short arm motherfucker trying to take a selfie. But,
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
yeah, so check out everything Ephinjis, and if you really want to check them out, you got plenty of opportunity. Tune in about 30 minutes. We're gonna get the camera set up downstairs for the
Oh,
show.
less than 30. We're about halfway
Yeah, we'll
there.
get them
already.
there. We'll get them there as quick
good,
as
we're
possible.
good.
And if you ain't doing nothing, get out to Kirby's tonight.
Stay tuned,
So,
bitches.
yeah.
Party.
Love to see you.
Let's
there.
party at Kirby's. What do you talk? You guys load in at 8. What time do you guys go on at Kirby's tonight?
I just talked to Trapper. I think he said we don't have to be there till about 8:30.
So you got some time.
We got a little bit of time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so they load in around 8:30. You guys probably play within an hour or so after that.
I would
or
say
so?
by between 9 and 10.
Yeah.
I would say,
So if you're looking for something to do on Sunday night, if you're fucking had enough football, get out to see the F&Gs.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
And get a little preview on our channel before that, and
That's
like
right.
and subscribe.
Tune
Yeah.
in. Tune
Yeah.
in.
Tune in. Hey, thanks,
Theme
John.
song.
Hey, thanks, John, for everything you do. We appreciate you, John.
Theme song.
I thought for sure it was
I take that back, John. I fucking God, I
Damn
can't.
it.
God damn it.
Doesn't sound like the fucking theme song. What is this?
Well, thank you for having us. This was awesome.
Don't forget your mics.
You're-
Unplug
you're-
those mics and take them with you.
Oh,
Your glass is empty. Would you like some
that's what
Malort?
it is. It's
I kind of
that.
just want to smell it.
She wants some.
You want to taste it?
There's the theme song.
I like it.
I'm kind of scared. Hey,
There you
Ricky,
go.
awesome.
Be scared.